Hello everyone, George here, and we're back in my implementation of my version of FNAF, as close as I'm getting it. We're really starting to diverge, though, from the actual FNAF series because I'm using VR and I've got other ideas and stuff's going to happen. So, what I've got open right now is the HVAC stuff that I had made in a different video series called Something Different, where I put together these for a different project. However, I'm going to use these in a little bit of a different way. For one, these are... well, they lack any kind of internals. So I'm going to use these vents and actually give them an inside so that I can connect them together and make long, segments of them. So here's a beginning. Why don't we start with this curved one, I guess. What I want to do is try to figure out a way to make it so I can use these vent pieces and allow the player to move throughout the different areas of it. Now, actually, you know what? Thinking about it, I'm probably not going to use the curved section. I'm probably going to use a section that ends up butting up to another section. So let's go ahead and delete those ones right there. Now, what is this one? This one's got an end of a vent on it, so that's perfect for a wall. Let's see, actually, that probably should be rotated 90 degrees around, given the way the vent's kind of situated. So let's do 180. Perfect. Now, what I was saying was I would like to be able to take this grate right off the front. Right now it's not a separate object, but it would be nice to be able to pull it off and then go through it. So let's go ahead and grab all of this. And I think shift right click and let's go to extract faces now. So now we have two separate objects. Let's grab this one, which is completely separate now from all the other elements. So why don't we grab them and we're going to combine them all. So shift right click and let's see, combine. Move that off from the front of the face. Great, now those two elements are separated. We just need to fuse things up and make sure they're good. So we can see the back part of this is missing, so I am going to have to go through this whole thing and bridge the different elements. So bridge, let's see, bridge, and same thing again and again and again. So we'll speed this up, hitting the G key to repeat it. And continuing. Select that one and this one, that one and this one, that one and that one. Okay. Now we just need to do the tops. So grab the tops and hit G. This is going to be a lot faster because over a smaller area. And the selection is a little bit easier for me, at least. And just these ones up here now. G and G. All right, and this one right here. G. Okay, so that's done. I'm going to save the scene for a second. Now, we're going to need to fuse this part to this outer part as well. I'm just trying to see if there's anything I can work with that'll make this easier. Now, I can go around the entirety of the thing and pull it in a little bit. It does look like the inside of this is scaled differently. You can see right there, it's much further out. So actually I'm going to do that for right now, I think. And I think I'm just going to combine the two sides. So we'll just grab this one and bridge it and see if that works. And it does. Great. Not too bad. Save F8 a couple times. Now we can go to edge, grab the edge on that, grab the edge on that, shift right click. Let's go to bevel. Make sure nothing got too screwed up. Put a couple bevels in there, segments, and then we'll push it in a little bit. Okay, so now we've got something we can actually tear off the front of this with our controller, with our Vive controller. So that'll come out, whether we tear it or not, whether we tear it off or not, or I have a hinge joint, I'm not sure yet. We'll get to that, I'm sure, shortly. So let's move this out of the way. Let's grab this segment right here, and let's start lining things up. Okay, move this back here, save, and that's all fine. So we are going to need... what is this element? I have something right here in the center that shouldn't be there. So let's delete that and we can see the problem. So we're just going to grab this edge right here and move it in and line it up to that edge right there. And we'll double grab each one and we will bridge it. And that came out horribly. So we're going to do this manually instead, or at least get it started by doing stuff like this. This way it's got something to work off of and we don't have to worry about it so much. Now let's look. See that seam right there? That might have caused some problems. Grab these ones right there. Now let's see if we can't grab these and maybe fill the hole. G, Okay, shift right click. Let's go to multi-cut tool and start multi-cutting stuff. There we are. There we are. There we are. Come on to the other side real quick. Probably could have done something different. Probably could have mirrored this entire thing over. That probably would have worked, but it's fine. We'll just go with what we've got going on right here. And if this turns out to be better, we'll mirror it the opposite way. So there you are, and there you are. All right, so yeah, we might just end up mirroring it across. Now, you're never going to see this outer part of the vent because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have the vents within the walls. So I might just want to take this, nuke it, get rid of this entire section of it, that too. Now that I've got this, grab it. Let's see, where's my transform? I can do the bounding box actually. Shift right click. Wait a second. I deleted too much, didn't I? Yep. Let's go back in time. There we are. So let's grab all this, delete that. Now I need to be careful of this part of it. I'm going to move this back into here, actually way back into there. Now we can go in here, grab this, delete this, and we got a segment that we can work with. And I'm going to make this a little bit longer, and I'm also going to try to keep it on the grid just so that I have something at relative repeating intervals, so I don't need to worry about size so much. Okay, so this will go inside of that. I mean, really, do I even need this outer part? I'm not sure yet. It depends where I end up having things displayed. Let's shift right click, go to insert edge loop tool. That's too many. Let's see, double click, go down to one. One for you, one for you, one for you. There we are. And one for you. So that's all the way around. Perfect. F8, save, edit, delete by type history. Great. And I did not delete it. Delete by type history. There we go. Now let's take a look at this thing and see if it lines up at all with what we've got going on. So I'm going to push this back on this side of it. Push that there. So if you tear this off, what are you going to see? Well, you're going to see this part. So I'm going to have to do something about that. So let's fix that. So let's see if I can't. No, it doesn't work. Okay, grab, bridge. And let's just fix this up real quick. The same way we did it before. I'm not going to care. I'm not going to take my time. Just get it done. And let's do some fill holes. And fill hole. G, G, and G. Great. Now that that's done, we're going to take the whole darn thing, shift right click, let's go to mirror mode. I'm going to mirror in the x-axis. We are going to cut the object. We're going to do it, if we do it on the bounding box, I need to be careful where that is. So modify center pivot. That's good. And blah, 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 blah. We're going to do this in the negative direction, merge the border verts, and we're good. Okay, close, save. And now we should be able to put this panel right up against that panel and have things pretty much okay. It's a little bit in, but that's fine. So this part will go flush up against the wall, and then this part will go into the wall, and we'll use that to move around. Now I'm going to leave this on here just because I'm not sure of the orientation that I'm going to be working with. So I could flip this around, I don't know. So we're just going to let it be. So we move this off to the side. Now we need a sharp right-hand corner. And let me think here. Can I, if this was 3D Studio Max, I could rotate this thing 45 degrees and make one going that way. So let's try something stupid. I'm going to rotate this thing a negative 45 degrees. I'm going to use mirror. And mirror is going to go across this axis, which is our z-axis, and it's going to go in the positive direction. And what if I hit apply? No, that's object. Can we do, I don't want to do world, I want to do object, but I want to do it not in object space. So if I take the object and I now go to freeze transforms and we do rotate, apply. Now, if we go to shift right click and mirror, and we mirror this thing over, apply, we can see kind of we get that bend, but it's in the wrong direction. So let's try it the other way. There we go. So now I've got a bend that I can work with. If you notice that in the background, those are my cats running around like crazy things. So let's do this negative 45. And I'm going to duplicate that. We're going to flip it most likely, mirror it around to the other side. So let's go to cut, copy, flip, and flip this across the what? Z-axis, apply. It's not what we wanted. We want to do this along the positive. Nope, that didn't work. So if this is object, screw it, bounding box. Where did it go? Way over there. Never mind. Delete that, take it, edit, delete by type, history, grab it, Control D, move it over, hit apply. Whoops, I did it the wrong way. Okay, move it out here. Whoops, wrong one. Control D, move this out here. Go to flip. Go to, what do we want? I want this to get flipped across that one. I want this to be bounding box. Is there, what's the pivot point on this? Modify center pivot. If I hit apply now, why is it going way over there? That's the question. Well, anyway, maybe it's got some history or something that's messing up with. So let's do not bounding box, but object. The object one's right there. If I hit apply, nothing happens. Okay, that's perfect. 90 degrees. Negative, or just do 90. Or negative, oh, what is it? 90 plus 30 is 120? No, that's not right. 90 plus 45, that's going to be 135. Enter. All right, let's duplicate this thing, move it over here. We are in bounding box mode. I'm going to go to this thing, edit, delete all by type history, just to clean everything out. Let's do, what do we have? If it's in flip, object mode, this is the Z-axis, so I want to do Z, apply. Looks like one of the problems is we've got all these things under one node, so I'm going to take them all out of this so I don't have to deal with the grouping problems. Oops, maybe we won't do that quite just yet. What I will do is delete that element, and let's see, let's go to edit, ungroup. Bam, there we are. Now they're all good to go. And there's that one, there's this one. I'm going to delete that one, take this one. Let's go ahead and flip it, not across world. I want to do this across object. And I want to create a duplicate first. There we go. Now hit apply. Now we've got some stuff we can work with here. So that's 135. All right. So we've got the way for the pipe to bend in either direction. So this is great. We're going to have to re-UV these things and set them up properly, but it shouldn't be too much of a hassle. We might also want a T-bend. So I'm going to take this same thing here, and we're going to place the pivot point, whoops. Let's do Control D on this first. Move the pivot point D right to there in the center. And I'm going to mirror this across the X-axis, it looks like. So not flip, I want copy, X, and hit apply. Now that's a quad one. Let me see here. Edit, delete by type history on this. Now hit apply. I'm still getting quads. Why am I still getting quads? Oh, let's cut the geometry. Make sure we're on X. Okay, edit, delete by type history just to make sure it's clean. You go too quick and you're going to mess it all up. So we're going to cut the geometry. We're going to be in object mode. We're going to go in the negative direction and hit apply. And that's a four-way, so that's cool. And now let's create another one. Move this one over here. And what I want is for this one to be, let's see, W, D, and V over here. I want this one to float across the X-axis and also in the negative direction. Let's see, why are you giving me that? So let's see here. T, transform. Why do I have that? Let's delete this really quick. I'm going to go back to the original. Well, let's go back to this one really quick. Let's take a look at these poly surfaces. I want to go to Edit, Modify, freeze the transforms on these. Really screw up the rotation and the scale. Look at that. That one disappeared real quick, didn't it? So let's grab these first. Edit, delete by type, history on these. Now grab this one. And then let's start freezing these transforms and see what happens. Good. G, 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 G. So this mirror stuff can really screw everything up, as you've noticed. So you got to be kind of careful. WD. I don't know why it does that now. It can be handy in some cases, and in other cases it's just a giant mess. Let's go to mirror now. I want to do this across the x-axis. I want to do this negatively. I want to do it based on the object. Hit apply, and finally we get what we want. Yes. Save, and now edit, delete by type, history. I am also going to freeze the transforms on that thing. And we've got a whole collection of objects that we can work with, that we can go inside of. That's the important part. Okay, so let's give these things names. So let's call this vent, four-way, vent underscore T, vent underscore corner, corner what? You know what, these are mirror objects of each other, so we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to call this corner. We're going to call this end. Vent, end. And we're just going to do a straight portion of the corner as well. I'm going to take this now, duplicate it, move it off, and let's just call this straight. Great. And that's there, that's there. This is really going to be a collection of two objects, so this should be, that's vent. This should be vent great, really. And vent end probably shouldn't exist. It's going to get attached to whatever these are anywhere. Okay, so we've got our stuff ready. Now all right, so we got our stuff ready. Let's go into the UVs and set them up, because right now they look horrible. So let's see, right there, UVs. Give us some space here. All right, so the first one is right there. Let's just do UV and planar coming at it from the front, which is going to be in the x-axis, apply. There we are. So each of these we can grab separately, and I'm just going to make sure they're a shell, which they are. Great, so each of them now needs to be cut on the back side, I'd say. And we're just going to go, I don't know, maybe the bottom, because it's easier for, I could try the top. Let's do top. That's going to be the one that's completely less likely to be seen by the player. So let's do top, 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 tops. And top, 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 no, wrong one. Top, 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 and top, and finally another top. Now we can put a cut in there, so shift right click and cut. Now we got a cut. Now I'm going to do, I need it to fold open, so I'm going to actually do, let's get one side down first. All of this. You. Selection is actually kind of difficult. I might want to break this thing into separate objects and then do it. Come on. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. And the final one, right? All right, shift right click and cut. So now those ones should be able to unwrap on that side. Let's do it for the other side now. So you edge, come on. Edge, and let's find a better angle. You. Yes. So all I'm doing is I'm making it so that I have one seam going this way, which can unravel in one direction, and then I'm cutting up everything else along that seam on the sides so that they will all become one very long piece. So shift right click, cut, and you'll see that in just a second. Let's go to UV shells and unfold. There they are. Perfect. Let's rotate this one, grab them all, shift right click, and go to, we want orient. Great. And just to see, let's grab one of these and you can see what they look like there. Now this one's looking kind of funky. I might have screwed that one up. Same thing with that one. So these two are on the same thing, so they were most likely messed up. So let's do UV planar on that and fix it. So move it back up here. Right click edge. Don't have to fix it. I mean, I could just let it be, but might as well make everything the same. U and U. And let's see, shift right click, cut, grab this, unfold, unfold. And what's happening with you? Why? There's something funky going on here. We will come back to that at a later time. It's not super important at the moment. What's important is that all these ones are right. What is wrong with you? Did I miss something on you? Let's go to shading, turn off X-ray. I just want to see if there's a side. If I'm missing like the bottom of it. Am I? Is there a bottom to that? Frame up. Yeah, there is a bottom. Grab the whole thing around. Huh, okay. Well, I'm not going to stress over it, so let's just continue on. UVs, we're going to grab the whole thing there. I'm going to cut out the back, make that a separate element, shift right click. Let's go to cut. And now let's go to UVs, shell, grab the back of it, pull it out. Now what do we have? Well, okay, that didn't work at all. We've got this weird outline, as you can see right here. So what is that? Did I leave something on the side? So let's go to X-ray mode. Oh, look at that. Okay, so some of these got to go. So let's go to face mode, grab everything, then unselect these two. So those ones are going to go. We have no use for those. And I'm willing to bet something weird happened when I did that across these. See this one and that one? These two right here? I bet you something messed up happened. Let's try this one last time. Do a planar on both of them. And look at that. That one didn't have anything come along because where does it exist? Does it not exist anywhere? So let's grab U as well. Whoops, Shift, Control, Shift, U. And how come you are not doing your job? You're at the top. You are at the bottom, right? So the bottom is good. So we're going to planar U, move you on up, come into here, and cut you up. There we are. Nope. Yes, 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 please, and yes, and yes. Cut, please. Thank you. Shell, unfold, unfold, and there's our unfold. Let's orient that thing. There we are. Grab this guy. Frame up on him. Same thing over here. What's your problem? Looks like you have this as a problem. So let's hit frame up. There's a bit right there. Don't think I have anything else selected. Let's go to UV, planar, and start fixing things. So cuts up there. Nope, cuts right there. And there. And there, and there, and where? There. Okay, so right click, shift right click and cut. Whoops, cut. Grab you and unfold you. Yay, everyone's good. Okay, shift right click. Let's go to orient. Now you are just a big collection of junk, aren't you? You are the front and the back of this thing. I thought I had cut you, but it looks like I didn't quite cut you. So let's cut again. Try the UV shell. And I need to do the inside. That's right. Okay. I'm stupid. All right, so cut again. Now we can go to shell, grab it, move it out of the way. So that's the back side, or that's the front side. This is the back side. I want to cut this up so that it doesn't take up so much UV space. So I want to grab, actually, I want to cut everything up, I think. Do a whole sweep all the way around it and shift right click, cut. Now we're going to grab everything, I think, and do an unfold, unfold. Wow, look at how horrible those are. Okay, shift right click and orient. And look at that, how they came together. That's funny. Grab 2 of these, shift right click, and let's go to rotate something, doesn't matter what. Same thing with these 2, I suppose. And yeah, rotate as well. And is everyone rotated? Yes, so shift right click and layout UVWs. Any minute now. All right, so it laid those out for us, save, and that part's done at least. Let's go to edit, delete by type, history, and what we're going to want to do next is do these next 3 bits. But this video is getting a little bit long, so why don't we go ahead and pause here, and I will finish them off and get them in the Substance Painter in the next video. Thanks everyone for watching. Good night, everyone. Have a great time. So long, goodbye.